Whenever Phil Kidd got saved, he said the morning I got saved, he said when church was dismissed, he said I run 2 blocks to the house before I realized I left my car back at church. So I went back and told the preacher, if you give me just a little bit more of what I got this morning, said I'll just fly from now on, I'll leave my car at the house. I'm going to tell you, that's what the Lord will do for you, my brothers and sisters. That's right, there come a time. I don't know about y'all, I need to get old Philip sometime. He want to come by my way sometime. He want to pick me up sometime. He want to love on me sometime. He want to encourage me sometime. There's just something to be said about when the Lord comes by your way. I want to thank him this morning that he chose the day of all days to come by my way. But you know, listen, God, I appreciate the guys. I let me be away for a couple of weeks with another church, a couple of times, preaching at different churches. And appreciate Brother Anthony filling in. And I just want to thank God. I want to tell you that God is doing the work in a lot of churches in this county. All of them ain't dead.
That's true.
They still select few out there. You know, the Bible said there's a remnant. There's still a few out there that cares about souls. There's still a few out there that cares about sinners on their way to hell. There's still some out there that still preach Jesus. Now I'm going to tell you, it's few and far in between, but they some still standing on the solid rock. And I thank God for that this morning. But here in Luke chapter 15, as Jesse corrected me, but it didn't make no difference anyway. This scripture is all good. It don't matter. Turn wherever. God will give you what you need. It don't make no difference. The right place from the wrong place. We went down to Greensboro. They had 7,100 people showed up for a service. And the preacher preached out of 1 Samuel chapter 7. I mean, man, hammered. He preached for like 2 hours. And a woman got up, testified. She said, I want to thank God for that message you preached out of Genesis chapter 1 this night. Testified in front of everybody. He said, I didn't preach out of Genesis chapter 1. She said, yeah, you did. Right here's what you preached out of. Genesis chapter 1. Because you know why? God will give you what you need. That's the God we serve. You can't mess the word up. The word is the word, baby. But here in Luke chapter 15, if God be a helper for a few moments, I want to preach on a little old thought of, ain't you glad that Jesus don't reject sinners? Amen. Ain't you glad that Jesus don't reject sinners? Amen. I hesitate to think where I'd be. Can I get a witness? Amen. And where you would be had Jesus rejected sinners. Just think if you had to come to Jesus worthy before He saved you. I've had salvation. My salvation is not dependent on my worth. My salvation is dependent on His worth. And here this passage of scripture, like I said, it's a passage that I'm sure everybody's familiar with. Here in chapter 1, the Bible said, then drew near unto Him all the publicans and the sinners to hear Him. How about that? How about Jesus draw the crowd everywhere He goes? How about Jesus draws the crowd everywhere He goes? Now, I said it before, I said it again. Jesus didn't have a car wash to bring people in. Jesus didn't have a bake sale to bring people in. Jesus didn't have a car show to bring people in. Didn't have a fundraiser to bring people in. Jesus simply presented the Word. Let me tell you, I still think and believe it still takes the Word today like it did then. Oh yeah. The Word is still able to draw. The Word is still able to keep. The Word is still able to save. And the Word alone. It don't need nothing added to it and don't need nothing away from it. The power is in the Word of God. That's where healing comes from. That's where deliverance comes from. That's where salvation comes from. Through and by the Word. What's so powerful about the Word? John in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word became God, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among men. Hey, the Bible said Jesus, He is the Word. That's what's so important about the Word. With no Word, there is no Christ. So the Bible said He drew near. And here come all the publicans, all the sinners, all come unto Him. And the Bible said in verse 2, here come them old Pharisees. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's face it. Yeah. The publicans and the sinners, they know how sorry they was. Right. And they still want to be around Jesus. Right. Seems like we live in a day and age where people are shunned from church. Here's why. Because they get told how sorry they are. When I got saved, nobody had to tell me how sorry I was. I know. The Holy Ghost convicted me and Jesus drawed me. And bless God, I got up and I gave in. Nobody had to tell me that. But I tell you what we got to do, we got to start accepting
Come on.
Every and anybody that comes through that door.
Amen.
Because if we reject the first one that comes through that door, God will pack his stuff up and he'll roll on, and Ichabod will be on the backside of that door just like it's owned by every other church in Rutherford County. That's why the glory of the Lord will pack up and depart, and the sad thing is we'll carry on and not even know it's gone. And the Bible said everybody come around him, and the main thing was this is sad. They didn't come together to talk about how many people Jesus had healed, how many dead he raised, how many blinded eyes he had opened, how many deaf ears he had opened up, how many paralyzed people he taught to get up, how many people he had fed with fish and couple. They come together to complain. Their chief complaint: this man eats with sinners. I don't know about you, but I'll tell you one thing, I'm glad he come by this sinner path one day. I'm glad he offered me to eat from my table. Can I get this? I'm talking about the table, bless God, there's always food on. That's why all you got to do is pull up to it, bless God, have at it and just eat. And the Bible said their complaint was, this man eats with sinners. He hangs with the wrong guy. He attracts troublemakers. My objective since I've been saved is to attract people just as jacked up as I am, so I can show them the same God that saved me.
Amen.
If your goal ain't to attract people and show them Jesus, there's something wrong. So everybody was all upset in a uproar. They said, not only does he receive sinners, he eats with them. I ask you this. When is the most peaceful time in most people's day? When you sit down and eat. Jesus knew, he said, if I can put some meat in front of them and a little bit of bread, I can shut them up long enough to pour myself into them. There'll come a point where you got to quit judging people. You got to start pouring Jesus into them. You got to start showing people Jesus. Let me tell you, it's one thing to talk about. How about start living for Jesus in front of people? Oh, we got the easy part down. We play the role. We put on a tie and once in a while, dress up real fancy and look real good. That ain't what he's talking about here. He's talking about living for him. The real example of Christ begins when we leave here. Jesus didn't live for the Lord just on the Sabbath day and say, well, Sabbath's over, let's go raise hell. Matter of fact, he went where sinners was. Where the lost was. We limit God so much when we worry about the people that we attract, the people that we draw. Because I said again, and I stand up thinking, I tell you who I want this church filled with. I want homosexuals here. I want lesbians here. I want murderers here. I want thieves here. I want liars here. I want adulterers here. I want whoremongers here. I want this place filled up for the glory of God with jacked up people that need a doctor, and that doctor be Jesus. That's what I pray.
Amen. Praise the Lord.
And if you can't get on board with that, get out of here! Because that's who Jesus came to save. So listen to what he said. He said, look, he receives sinners, he eats with them. He spake this parable. It's kind of interesting how Jesus always knows how to break somebody down in a story. I like it because Jesus knows how to come to our level. Jesus never responded out of anger. Yes, he turned the table, but he did not respond to that anger. Matter of fact, Jesus does not react, Jesus acts. Difference between us and him. We react, he just acts. The Bible said now that it's everybody gathered all together. Everybody, no doubt, was talking and saying, man, he does this and does that. And Jesus just sat there. You know, sometimes, I'm going to tell you guys, sometimes when you're living for the Lord, you walk with Christ sometimes, you just got to take stuff. And here's the key. Sometimes you got to take that stuff and keep your mouth shut. Because Jesus could have blasted him. But you know what he said? He said, let me tell y'all a story. Now, that didn't put nobody on the fence, did it? He said, let me tell y'all a story. And everybody's like, because it's something about story, because you don't know what kind of story it's going to be. He said, let me tell y'all a story real fast. First story. He said, what man of you having 100 sheep, if he lose one, don't leave the 99 in the wilderness?
Yeah.
And go after that which is lost until he finds it.
Amen. Yeah.
If you say, I ain't never been there, then you ain't never here, man.
Right. That's right.
Can you picture that shepherd whose sole purpose in life was to care for how many sheep he had? This particular shepherd had 100 sheep. His job, his life was dependent on all 100 of them keeping them safe. Being a provider, being a protector for them. Can you imagine his chagrin? He would count them before he laid down that night, just go to sleep, out in the pasture. And when he got up again, he'd count them again, make sure they were all. Can you imagine waking up and one of them being gone? Can you imagine how he felt? Can you imagine having 3 kids and waking up and not being with 2 in the house? Now, common sense says that's just one. 99 still here. The world says, what's one when compared to 99? But Jesus said those 99 are where they need to be.
Right.
Come on. But that one, he said that one out there needs a shepherd. That one out there needs encouragement. That one out there needs to be found. I'm going to look for that one.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Well, his whole livelihood behind would cause one of his come up missing.
Right.
And you know when he called off the search? After he found him. He wants to understand that that shepherd will look non-stop until he found his sheep. Whether it be he was dead, whether it was sick, whether it was hurt, but he would not call off the search till he found the one that belonged to him. Don't you know that when Jesus has it in to save you, and the Holy Ghost is drawing you, and you are under conviction that you might as well go ahead and give up and give in. You might as well go ahead and just surrender and give it all to him. But let me tell you something. When the Holy Ghost pulls and draws, there is no surrender. And see, here's what else I don't understand. Is that how a child of God can walk out in sin. Now listen. And not ever come under conviction. Here's how. They were never born again to start with.
Amen.
Because if the Holy Ghost does not convict a man or woman of sin, then you are lost.
Right. Yeah.
So the Bible said there were 99 here, but one of them was gone. The scripture said this, don't he leave them to go after that one which is lost? Verse 5 said this, when he found it, he let, boy, how about this? How about not only does the shepherd go look for the sheep that wandered off and got lost, he brings you back to the fold. How does he bring you back? He carries you by any means necessary to make sure that on the way back you don't lose your path. But let me tell you something. If you take said that God loved him so much. How about this? That the shepherd went out looking. See, here's the thing. That you must understand, when you say you're his child, you ain't doing right, there will be a search warrant filled out by the Holy Ghost for your arrest. That's right. And he will not give up. That's right, until he comes and handcuffs you with handcuffs of grace and mercy and breaks you if he has to. See, we don't talk about that part, but God will break you. That's what he's got to do to get you back into the fold. And we're all about repentance, we're all about being sorry, all about coming back to God, restaurant, but we're not about being broken before we can be fixed. Sometimes God has to break us before he can make us. Yeah, I shared with you before, this is what the shepherd always does with that sheep. He'll go out, come here, Grant. He'll go out where that sheep is at. He'll find that sheep out there wandering. Don't look at Jordan, come here. You ain't got to look at you, don't come here. Come on. You good. Don't look around, come here. Come on, you all right? He'll find that sheep out there. That sheep will be doing his thing. Listen, when that sheep gets caught doing something they're supposed to do, now you must know the sheep got to be led. They won't come back when unless they're led. So the sheep up here minding his own business, playing video games, doing whatever he wants to do. All of a sudden the shepherd comes and finds him. Well, when the shepherd finds him, you must understand this. The Bible does say the wages of sin is death. There is a penalty for sin, whether a man is saved or not. There's a penalty for sin. Oh yeah. There is still a penalty for sin, whether you're saved or not. There is a penalty for sin. So the Bible says, he went up there and he found him. What you got to think about when he finds him, he'll pick him up. And here's the key. The first thing he'll do is, you still good? He'll take that sheep's leg and he'll break, I ain't gonna break the leg. He will break that sheep's leg. You know why he breaks that sheep's leg? To keep him from ever getting an idea about wandering off again. And he'll break his leg, but you gotta understand. He might break his leg, but he won't leave him like he finds him. I said Jesus won't leave you like he finds you. You're a witness. He'll get that old sheep. You all right? He'll get that old right. He'll get that broke leg and he'll fix it up. And he knows it right away. That sheep is good for nothing. Come on. So he'll pick him up. Put him on his shoulders. And say, I love you so much, you're going to hang with me for a while. Have you ever had God just come by your way and said, you know what? This road is too heavy for you to pass. You'll never make it. Matter of fact, this decision, this journey, you'll never do what happens. So guess what I want you to do? You're just going to hang with me for a while. I'm just going to carry you for a while. You're just going to lean on me for a while. You're just going to trust on me for a while. Just going to depend on me, because I'm going to get you through this. But here's the thing. He said, I'm not going to get you through it. He said, but it's going to cost you something. Because sin costs you. But here's the thing. Not only now, when Jesus carried him, the shepherds carried that sheep, his leg broke. You know what the one carried? Their legs started healing. That's right. Now here's the key. That when that sheep gets well, to where he can go again, you realize that sheep don't never stray too far from the shepherd. Come on. Amen. Tell you what else is for the rest of that sheep's life, he bears the mark of when he betrayed Christ. He has that as a reminder of I don't ever want to go there again. So you have to understand that sin, it'll cost you something. Matter of fact, it might cost you some suffering. It might cost you some pain. But here's the key. Jesus is still never going to leave you. Jesus is still never going to turn his back. Jesus is never going to quit loving you. Jesus is never going to quit. He's always going to be there for you. And the Bible says, he found that sheep. Got him up. The Bible says, throwed him over his shoulders. and come on back with him. And the Bible said, verse 6, when he come home, he didn't call them all up and say, let me tell you, he got off, brother, I found Brother Johnny over at the bar drunk. This is what he said. He said, hey! Guess what? We found the one that was lost. And he's back where he's supposed to be. It's party time! The Bible said all of heaven rejoices when one lost sinner gets saved.
Amen, yes.
Just one. And the scripture said, look, said he come home, he called together all his friends, all his neighbors. You know why? Because he wasn't ashamed. He said, I want you to rejoice with me. He didn't say, I told you. They'd be back doing that again. He said, well, let me tell you what happened. He said, I want you to come with me and rejoice with me. And the scripture said this. He said, he called them all together and said, rejoice with me. Why? Because I found my sheep, which was lost. Verse 7 says, I say to you likewise, joy in heaven over one sinner that repenteth more than over the 99 just persons which need no repentance. I see this story as Jesus is telling it. I see reflection in my life. I was the one that on June 29th, 1997, Jesus left the 99 to come looking forward.
Amen.
The beautiful part was, he didn't stop until the family.
Right.
And here's the funny way, is that when he found me, oh, he broke me to friends. Can I get a witness?
Amen.
That I found out wasn't really friends.
Yeah.
No. He brought me from hangout spots that I found out wasn't really places a child of God should hang out. Matter of fact, I want to tell you, he broke me and showed me there's a better way.
Yes. Amen.
Matter of fact, can't help but think today, there's a bunch of sheep here today. Wandered in the wrong pasture. Grass ain't always greener on the other side. So the story about is a male bull. He was in a pasture every day. He'd go to the fence, and in the distance he could see 6 cows over there. He'd go over and he'd holler at them, and they'd holler back at him. He said, man, I get over there and have me 6 girlfriends. He said, one of these days I'm going to jump that fence, and I'm going to get over and where they're at, and I'm going to have me a girlfriend. So I'm tired of being by myself. Time went on. The bull would get a step down, he'd run to the fence and back down. Run to the fence, back down. Run to the fence and back down. Finally, he said, you know, sometimes you got to psych yourself up to do stuff. He said, I told myself, it's now or never. So he said, I went running as fast as I could. The bull only weighed like 2,400 pounds. So you can imagine his vertical leap was not that great. He said he went, jumped over the fence, got his gut caught on top of the fence, rolled over, flipped, got dust and grass and stuff all over him. Said he got back up, dusted himself off, and he looked back, realized he was in the other pasture. So he said, I'm about to have me 6 girlfriends. He could see them in the distance. He took off running as fast as he could. When he got down there, you know what he realized? They were bulls just like he was. And even cows know better than that. Can I get away? You know what he realized? That the grass wasn't always green on the other side. But I promise you this, every day with Jesus will be better than the day before. I don't know what you need this morning. Maybe here you lost. Everybody stand, please. Maybe you never given your life to Jesus. I don't know. But whatever you need, I know Jesus can meet that need. Maybe here you're bearing a heavy burden. He said, today you lay it down. Quit carrying it. No better time and place than now to lay it down at his feet. And maybe you want one of those bulls. Maybe you think the grass is green on the other side and you try the other side. I want to tell you, we serve a God that allow you to come back. And he'll love you. He'll take care of you.
Yeah, well.
Just like you never even been gone.
Yeah.
But here's the key. You got to come back. Why? Because he never went nowhere. Whatever you need this morning, break to the Lord. Go ahead, brother.